Kohls will shut its doors for good in just 2 days. The retail chain announced the location off Preston and Frankford Road in far north Dallas will be one of 27 underperforming locations closing on Saturday. It's part of the company's efforts to keep up with declining sales.
First here at 5 o'clock, Kohl's new CEO out, the result of a scandal just months into his tenure.
And so the board of one of Wisconsin's Fortune 500 companies says Ashley Buchanan had a serious conflict of interest.
Blake, the announcement really shocking the business world. At the root of all of this, a deal involving a romantic partner that experts say Kohl's got in front of quickly. Now Kohl's looking for its fourth CEO in 3 years.
When you walk into a Kohl's, it seems nice and welcoming at first. Bright lights, friendly aisles, and racks filled with comfy sweaters and bright sales signs looking at you. Upbeat music is playing. The smell of fresh cotton is in the air, and in the distance, a cashier is asking the major question: do you have any Kohl's cash today?
Do you remember the 25th night of December?
It looks like just another trip to the store, but under the cozy lights and the endless coupon codes, there's a secret setup, a well-designed shopping experience that aims to make you spend more than you realize. At Kohl's, things aren't always as they appear. The clearance rack has a secret. The sales also have a catch. Not everything is as it appears. And that loved Kohl's cash, well, there is a catch. In this video, we're exposing what's behind the scenes. Here are 10 shopping tips about Kohl's that you might not know. Once you find out about them, you'll see those 70% off signs in a whole new light. To fully understand the secrets of Kohl's, we need to look back, all the way back. Kohl's began as a grocery store before it turned into a place for coupons and clearance racks. Yep, a long time ago, before it became a big store selling things like Levi's and air fryers, Kohl's was simply a small grocery store in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It started in 1946 when a man named Maxwell Kohl, who came from Poland, opened the first Kohl's food store. His mission: keep prices low, provide good service, and treat customers like friends. The store became very successful, and by the late 1950s, Max had created one of the biggest supermarket chains in the Milwaukee area. But Max was not done. In 1962, he chose to do something different. A department store that mixed the vibe of a discount store with the quality of a regular retailer. The first Kohl's department store started that year in Brookfield, Wisconsin. It became popular right away. Customers really liked the many choices, low prices, and being able to find everything from clothes to home items all in one place. It wasn't showy, it wasn't fancy, it was useful, trustworthy, cozy. That's why people kept returning. Through the 70s and 80s, Kohl's stayed relatively small. In 1986, the company experienced a big change when a group of investors, led by the well-known Kohl's CEO William Kellogg, purchased it from the British tobacco company BATUS Inc., which had owned it before. Kohl's started a new chapter with that deal, one aimed at growing, expanding, and becoming a well-known brand. In the 1990s, Kohl's started opening stores in the Midwest, moving into new areas and making profits. The plan was straightforward: cater to the middle-class family, provide good brands, fair prices, and maintain a friendly atmosphere. No pushy sellers, no fancy store vibes, just shelves of everyday items, shoes, kitchenware, and ongoing great deals. By the early 2000s, Kohl's had gone national. It was one of the quickest growing department store chains in the country, benefiting from the spread of suburbs, family-focused marketing, and a mix of coupons, Kohl's cash, and seasonal sales. Many shoppers came in large numbers, especially during the holidays, lured by ads that said up to 70% off and more discounts at checkout. They were among the first to use private label brands, making special lines like Apartment, 9, Croft and Barrow, Sonoma Goods for Life, and LC Lauren Conrad, offering shoppers stylish options at prices they couldn't find anywhere else. But growth does not last forever. In the 2010s, Kohl's, similar to other regular stores, started to feel the pressure. Amazon was taking over the industry, people were shopping more online, and big stores like Target and Walmart were changing quickly. Mall visits were decreasing. Then, out of nowhere, Kohl's, previously the top store for Middle America shopping, was dealing with an identity crisis. People were not only searching for bargains anymore, they were looking for experience, speed, and style. Young shoppers didn't feel a connection with the layout or the brand style. Kohl's used to take pride in being practical, but that began to seem more boring than dependable. So what did Kohl's do? They shifted their strategy, sort of. They began adding more popular national brands, Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, to update the clothing racks. They started putting a lot of money into online shopping and made picking up in-store and simple returns a key feature. They started a smart and different partnership, letting people return Amazon items at Kohl's stores. It was odd, but it did the job. People who came to return a package to Amazon often left with a bag of things from Kohl's. More people began to come by. Next, there was a major step, the partnership with Sephora. In 2021, Kohl's made an agreement to set up Sephora shops inside many of its stores. The plan was straightforward: attract younger shoppers who care about beauty and might not usually visit a Kohl's. It worked. Stores with Sephora locations experienced an increase in sales. Kohl's gained a helpful advantage in the beauty market and appeared a bit more modern and relevant. Kohl's has more than 1,100 stores in 49 states, making it one of the biggest department store chains in the US. It hires many people and helps millions of shoppers each year, but things are still uncertain behind the scenes. Kohl's has been in the spotlight for investors lately. Investor activists are calling for changes in leadership, saying the company has lost its focus and missed chances. There have been real discussions about selling the company, with big offers made as recently as 2022. None of them worked out, but it was clear Kohl's is struggling to survive. So what does that mean for them now? Kohl's is in a weird situation, still standing, still liked in some places, but also having a hard time figuring out its future in a retail world that's changing quickly. It's aiming to be a mix of things, somewhat stylish, somewhat practical, somewhat digital, and somewhat old school. Some actions have been successful. The brand is still strong, especially with its loyal customers, but it's becoming tougher to maintain that loyalty. That's why knowing how to shop there wisely is really important now. Kohl's is putting in a lot of effort to keep you coming back, and there's a whole system behind those sale signs. A guide to pricing strategies, coupon patterns, helpful reminders, and reward programs designed to encourage you to spend more than you think. Even with its friendly Midwestern vibe and clean image, Kohl's has faced its share of ups and downs in the retail world. Along with the discounts, comfy cardigans, and holiday deals, the company has faced its share of lawsuits, corporate issues, and surprising controversies. When you're managing over 1,000 stores and handling billions in revenue, things can get a bit messy and not always stay perfectly organized. Let's take a look at some of the biggest challenges Kohl's has faced, the ones they'd likely want to keep hidden away. In 2016, Kohl's faced a big class action lawsuit because customers said the company was involved in a pricing scam. Shoppers claimed that Kohl's often raised the original prices on items to make the discounts look larger than they really were. You know the drill: originally $100, now only $29.99. But the item was said to have never actually been sold for $100 at all. This was more than just some upset customers. The lawsuit picked up speed quickly, with more and more evidence showing that Kohl's might have been careless with its discount calculations. It didn't look great, especially for a brand that focuses on being a value-first store. Kohl's said they didn't do anything wrong, but they still decided to pay a settlement. This situation brought attention to how the company deals with sales tags and discounts. In 2022, Kohl's got into trouble with the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, for something else. Claims about their environmental marketing. The FTC said that Kohl's and Walmart tricked customers about their eco-friendly products. They said that some of Kohl's textile products labeled as eco-conscious, sustainable, or made with bamboo were not as they appeared.
Highly unusual terms favorable to the vendor. Margaret Hughes Morgan is a professor at the Marquette University Business School.
Apparently he had it through very favorable terms to a vendor who was a former love interest of his. And on top of that, they engaged in a consulting contract worth millions of dollars.
It turns out that a lot of these green products were really made with rayon, which uses harmful chemicals and isn't as eco-friendly as the ads claimed. The FTC does not approve of this at all, and they are taking action against brands that use greenwashing to sell products that seem good for the environment. Kohls agreed to pay a $2.5 million fine without saying they did anything wrong, and said they would improve their labeling practices. Kohls has had some drama happening in the boardroom, on top of the lawsuits. In recent years, activist investors have started public campaigns to remove the company's leaders, claiming they made bad choices and missed chances, especially in adapting to the digital world. In 2022, some investors attempted to push for the sale of the company, claiming that Kohls leaders had not done enough to increase shareholder value. There were offers, including one from Franchise Group, who also owns Vitamin Shop, but in the end, Kohls turned them down. What happened next was chaotic. Changes in management, questions about leadership, and ongoing rumors about whether the company was in trouble or just being tough. Amid everything, CEO Michelle Gass left for Levi Strauss, creating some uncertainty about the company's future direction. Kohls has faced criticism for letting go of many workers, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic, while still giving large bonuses to executives. Critics highlighted the large pay packages that executives got in years when the company had losses or closed stores. This was not well received by employees or customers. While workers were being laid off and store hours reduced, the bosses were still taking home big bonuses in the millions. The debate got bigger when Kohls got federal COVID relief money, raising questions about how fairly that money was shared. In 2021, Kohls faced a lawsuit claiming racial discrimination in hiring and how employees were treated at work. A former employee filed a case against the company, claiming it had a racially hostile environment and did not promote qualified minority workers to leadership positions. The lawsuit became more important after the George Floyd protests, as many companies were being called out for their diversity policies, or the absence of them. Kohls said they care about inclusion and fairness, but the lawsuit brought up real questions about whether they are actually following through on those values in private. The controversies haven't sunk Kohls, but they have made some dents in its clean public image. Even though lots of shoppers still think of the brand as a reliable spot for back-to-school outfits and quick holiday buys, there are some issues happening behind the scenes. That's why the next part is really important. If the company is trying to stay in business, you need to learn how to shop wisely, avoid the pitfalls, and succeed. Now that you understand what's going on behind the scenes, let's take a look at the sales floor. What's next? Here are 10 shopping tips that Kohls might not want you to find out. Let's go. Kohls is well known for its coupons, but here's something most buyers don't realize. You can stack many coupons on top of each other for huge savings. You can use a percentage off coupon together with Kohls Cash and manufacturer coupons all at once. You can use a 30% off coupon along with $10 Kohls Cash and a $5 manufacturer coupon, which can really lower your total more than you think. Make sure to look at the details and time your buying with when the coupons expire. Also, Kohls often sends out surprise digital-only coupons in their app or email newsletters, so make sure to check those out too. Kohls Cash is a really great customer reward program. When you spend $50, you get $10 in Kohls Cash to use later on your shopping. But here's the thing that many people don't realize. Kohls Cash doesn't get applied automatically.
Next in line, what can I do for you? Yeah, I just need to return these shoes I bought on Amazon. Where's the package? The receipt, plus these look worn. Oh, I didn't. Nah, I'm just messing. You know we take everything back. And you're all set. Here you go. What is this? It's $5 Kohls Cash. Kohls Cash? Don't ask me. We give it to everyone who comes here to return their Amazon stuff.
You need to turn it on during a certain time and use it before it runs out, usually in a few weeks. If you miss that activation time, you won't get the free spending money. Savvy buyers time their shopping visits to coincide with Kohls Cash release dates, stacking points to achieve deals that feel like a steal. And Kohls doesn't officially match prices from other stores, but they do have a policy for adjusting prices. If something you bought goes on sale within 14 days, you can ask for the price difference back. This only applies to Kohls prices, so it's important to check Kohls online prices often after you buy. Keep in mind that Kohls won't match prices from Amazon, Walmart, or Target, which can be annoying if you want the best deal from different stores. Kohls' clearance section is full of great finds, but it can be a bit tricky to navigate. Kohls has a different approach to clearance compared to some stores. Instead of final markdowns, they use a method method called clearance recycling. This means an item might be put on sale, then suddenly go back to full price, or be switched between stores and online, making it confusing for customers to know if it's really a good deal. The easiest way? Look at clearance items at the start of the week when discounts are new, and watch for those yellow or red stickers that mean extra savings. If you're looking for good quality without spending a lot, check out Kohl's exclusive brands like Apt, Nine, Croft, and Barrow, and Sonoma goods for life. These brands are made just for Kohl's and usually use better materials or fit better than some national brands. Lots of shoppers miss these labels and only pay attention to well-known brands, but these private labels often provide good value and can easily become essential pieces in your wardrobe without costing too much.
Hey everybody, sales at Kohl's up to 85% discount. It just started today. It's going to last for a week. Go for it.
When it comes to Kohl's, timing matters a lot. If you want the latest products and complete size options, make sure to shop early during a sale. If you want the biggest discounts, hold off until the final days of sales or after the holidays when things are being cleared out. Keep in mind that if you wait too long, you might miss out on your size or favorite styles completely. It's smart to shop early for important items and wait until later for basics or things that don't depend on size, like home goods. Getting the Kohl's app is like having a helpful sales assistant right with you. It provides special app-only coupons, early access to sales, and simple digital Kohl's cash tracking. The app sends notifications for flash sales and special deals that you can't find on the website or in the store. It also has a barcode scanner, so you can easily check prices or find available coupons while shopping in person. If you really want to save money, you need the Kohl's app. Kohl's has a really friendly return policy. You can return most items within 180 days, and you don't need a receipt if you used your Kohl's card or the original payment method, but don't relax too much. Final sale and clearance items usually come with different rules, and sometimes you can't return them at all. Kohl's keeps an eye on return habits and might mark accounts with too many returns. So be careful, hold onto your receipts, and don't misuse the system, or you could end up unable to make returns in the future. Kohl's charge card holders enjoy more than just a way to pay. They get special access to exclusive sales and early promotions. These deals usually aren't shown to everyone and can come with extra Kohl's cash rewards or percentage discounts added to current sales. Getting a Kohl's card might seem a bit risky, but for regular shoppers, these hidden sales can easily make up for any interest if you pay your balance on time. Kohl's beauty aisle is a surprisingly good place for makeup, skincare, and fragrance deals, thanks to its partnership with Sephora. Kohl's has special Sephora brands and unique products that you can't find at drugstores or other department stores. With regular sales, special deals, and Kohl's cash rewards, beauty fans can get high-quality products for a lot less than usual store prices.
These are 5 of my holy grail hairstyling products I cannot live without. The Moroccan Oil Perfect Defense Heat Protectant is a must before any hot tool or extreme heat. Color Wow Dream Coat Supernatural Spray will turn any...
Kohl's may look like just another department store, but there's actually a lot happening behind the scenes. Some of it good and some not so good. It's a big store with a fun mix of smart marketing ideas, special brands, and rewards programs meant to make you want to return and shop more. However, it's a company that has dealt with its own controversies, pricing issues, and changes in leadership that affect how it runs. The real story: if you want to shop at Kohl's and avoid any pitfalls, it's helpful to know these insider tips. Shopping at Kohl's can feel like a fun challenge. By using coupons, taking advantage of Kohl's cash, planning your trips, and picking the best brands, you can save money and get more for what you spend. The next time you go through those automatic doors, keep in mind that Kohl's is more than just a store for clothes or home items. It's a place full of secret deals, tricky prices, and great rewards, if you know where to find them. Are you ready to shop better, save more, and beat Kohl's at their own game?